Nigerian businesses continue to face challenges amidst the impact of the COVID-19 global pandemic. Like many other sectors, a bee farm is largely affected to keep up business as the economy crumbles. Experts say there's a need to develop a functional infrastructure in a bid to widen business to revive the economy. Here are more details of that in this report.
For nearly 6 months now, production at this honey factory in Nigeria's capital Abuja has stalled. Bee farmer Ademola Adesina had spent over a decade producing and exporting honey and other byproducts to various parts of the world. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, he produced an average 150 tons of honey every year, mainly for exports. But now more than 80% of his earnings have been cut off.
We rear bees in the farm, and the lockdown has kept us indoors. We could not go to the farm. We have virtually not been able to do any export business throughout this year because of the lockdown.
Funds were lost. So if you begin to quantify it, in percentage-wise, I should say, so many people lost over 80-90% of what they would have gained this month. And then there were no serious stimulus packages from government to assist when these things happened.
Nigeria has continued to experience a major shortfall in trade. The country's Bureau of Statistics puts the latest plunge at 27%. Foreign trade dropped to $16.09 billion from $22.3 billion recorded in the second quarter of 2019. Exports too plummeted by 51.7% year-on-year to $6.1 billion, while imports declined by 14.6% to hit $11.1 billion year-on-year.
We know that industry in Nigeria is at the end of being totally out of existence, and yet the government is not looking at how to revamp in the industrial sector. We have the manufacturing sector that is gradually going into moribund. There is need to establish or to ensure that we have functional infrastructure to accommodate our industrial processes and growth. If we really want to compete globally and earn enough foreign exchange, promote exports, then we need to put in place infrastructure.
Trade deficit is feared to impact on the country's revenue, being largely an oil-dependent nation. The report also reveals that Nigeria's imports still outweighs its exports. This is despite the government's land border closure in 2019 to discourage importation. Experts warn that a continuous trend could result in depleting of the forex earnings, leading to a decline in its GDP, currency devaluation, high debt service, and low per capita income.